My God, the biggest chuds are gonna be in the highest halls of power from now on. How do I even kick this off? I feel like the past year or so, the Democrats have really been pumping us up with fear as to what a Trump presidency would look like. And it's not just them doing it, but it's also just the information that was just publicly available about Donald Trump's agenda, given coupled with what we already know about him from the past. People were very rightfully afraid, and Donald Trump's rhetoric has been nothing but vitriolic and vindictive. And now here we are where we thought that if we all just got out and voted, if we all just, dismissed our our doubts about Kamala Harris, if we just did what they told us, that we would avoid a fascist president. And it looks like that wasn't the case. And not only was it not the case, but it was a very decisive loss. It was a very decisive loss. More people voted for Trump. The majority of people preferred fascism, wittingly or not. And now here we are where Trump's gotten everything he's ever wanted, where all of his misdeeds are guaranteed to not catch up with him. And this is his victory lap, and we're gonna watch it right now. Mamma mia.
Thank you very much. Wow.
And he's just so ugly, guys. He's so ugly. Oh my God. These people are chanting USA not knowing that they've doomed it. That they've doomed it. It's so ironic.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this
I guess he's right.
incredible
I guess he's
movement.
right.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this
They're
country
really
and maybe beyond.
the MAGA movement. I mean, it's kind of like a cliche to be like, "Oh, this will be studied. This will be studied." But there's really no doubt about it that the MAGA movement will be studied. It's it's either going to be the most bonkers blip in American political history, or it will be the reason why the United States falls to fascism. You know, and they're popular. MAGA is popular, more popular than Kamala Harris, more popular than the Democratic Party, more popular than the Republican Party. It's like it's a cult of one, and he's wielding it so deftly. Like he's like it doesn't matter. Any of his all of his mistakes are completely irrelevant because he still ended up where he wanted to be.
And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help.
See, now here's the thing. So it's like I feel like, all this dictator day one stuff that he was talking about, he's he's going to purposely slow walk a lot of the most extreme stuff. And here's the thing. I've been making predictions this whole election, and pretty much every goddamn one of them was completely wrong, okay? The only prediction that I made that was correct was that the loser would lose by a lot, and it was us, which was not what I thought would happen. But he's not he's gonna sneak it up on us. Trust me.
And it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And
I'm really
we
scared
made
to know
history
what
for a
he
reason
might be
tonight,
referring
and
to.
the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
I bet you he didn't even think he was gonna win, bro. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet you that. He always just falls ass backwards into success. It's really incredible. He's the luckiest man alive, like no doubt.
But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Christ in heaven, where are you? Please save us.
And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
The golden age of America. Oh my God, I hope that's possible. I really do. I really do. But I feel like this is just going to be a continuation of the darkness that existed while he was president, and just the darkness that's existed in politics since he's joined it. And except it's going to be even darker. It's going to be even more huge, more vindicated, more everything. Jesus.
This is a magnificent victory for the American people.
This is a magnificent loss for the American people.
That will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
How did he get through the blue wall? How did he flip Pennsylvania? I just got off the phone with my mom, and she said that Kamala Harris barely won Philadelphia. These are places where Democrats blow out, and they lost. It's incredible. Yo, it's so the opposite of what we thought, you know? And we're really all just vulnerable to just being in a bubble. You know, I mean, obviously it's still really early. We don't really know what the statistics are on the people that were voting for him, but it was a lot of people. It was more people than we thought. It was way more.
We are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes, but it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. It's
really interesting that he trusts what journalists say when it directly serves him. And honestly, is it even really safe anymore to be a mainstream journalist that criticizes Donald Trump? You know, and the thing is, too, it's like we're in this very interesting phase where we know what he's explicitly said that he's wanted to do, and we know what he attempted to do while he had power, and there were guardrails protecting us, right? We don't know how this is going to play out. We don't know what he's going to be able to get away with and what he's not. And if this is any indication, with the fact that he has a Senate, too, the answer could very well be whatever. The federal cases against him, those are thrown out, obviously, right? Unless the Democrats can, like, speed run it and lock him up before this is even possible. But that's probably not going to happen. If it was possible, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. It doesn't matter that he tried to overthrow the government. They wouldn't do it. Jesus.
There's no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of it.
It's so bewildering. My mind is melting. Like, he did win the popular vote. More people voted for him than did not. Why? Why is that? It's like, it's really one of those look to your left, look to your right moments, because objectively, and even just going on Instagram, just checking Instagram in the morning, like, I really saw, like, people that I never would have thought voted for Trump. Like, people I never would have thought. It's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And, winning the popular vote was very nice, very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room.
And look, I'm no conspiracy theorist. There's no evidence of it right now, but it's like I really wouldn't put any kind of interference against him. Like I really wouldn't put that past him. I mean, it's like he's interfered with elections before. Did he do it this time? Yeah, but it's like has it risen to the level where it would have gotten him 5 million extra votes? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
With unbelievable people standing by my side.
The people are very unbelievable. The people that he, oh my god. Oh my god. The biggest chuds are going to be in the highest halls of power from now on. From now on, maybe forever. Maybe forever. Yo, like this is 4 more years we're talking about, dog. A lot can happen in 4 years. By 2028, a lot can happen, yo. A lot can happen.
These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good.
The Senate, too. It's not like he just eked out a win for the presidency. He took the Senate, too. I mean, Arizona, at least, you know, the race that I voted for, at least Ruben Gallego, it looks like he's going to win that, but this was a red wave, even more powerful than the blue wave in 2022. I didn't think they would motivate them in this way. Or maybe it's just Trump himself, just the power of his celebrity. It's hard to say.
And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much.
Oh my God. This is like a nightmare scenario. Like, I feel like I'm dreaming right now. I feel like I'm dreaming. Like, this is crazy.
And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races. And I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies with each one of them. And
people didn't even show up to his goddamn rallies. People didn't even show up, but they showed up to the polls. Was this all just subterfuge? Was this all just like, did we imagine it all? Like, this is insanity. And I'm genuinely lost for words.
Sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives.
If they do, then it's over. Then it's really over.
And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job.
Psychopath.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
Won't even hold his own hand, his own wife. Won't even come on stage with him.
Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that?
His own wife won't even kiss him on the lips. And he's going to be running the nation. He's going to decide what women can do with their bodies, bro. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's wacky. It's incredible. I had to call out of work today. Like, I couldn't even like mentally wrap my mind around like what's coming. Hold on, I'm gonna check the stream audio.
It's very hard, works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are.
The nepotistic, oligarchical custodians of our government are going to be his children. His dumb, ugly ass children. Jesus. What are we going to do?
But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud.
Would she though? Would she really though? Yo, just the lack of charisma, the lack of any kind of cogent thought. Oh.
She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first.
He still has the fucking bronzer on his face. Look at him. Look at this fucking man. That's gonna be putting us in camps. Let's just look at him. Just look at him, okay? Just look at him. I need everyone to kind of grip the reality of what's going down here.
First, to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance is literally the monolith of class betrayal. Like, literally. Like, he grew up poor. His mom is a victim of the same systems that he himself is going to be the architect of now. And he's denied everything about his past, and he lied his way into being the second most powerful person in the whole goddamn world. And like, and the things that you'd think would disqualify him to such bigoted people just didn't. You know what I mean? Like his leaked photos, like the fact that he's wearing eyeliner, the fact that he has an Asian wife, like, you know, a dark wife. Like, none of those things mattered in the end because everyone is just so magnetized to Trump. Or maybe they're just magnetized to fascism in general. There's no data, there's no nothing. And even if there was data, I don't even know if I believe it at this point. It's, ooh, man, it's really a blow to the truth.
And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp. And you know, the enemy camp is certain networks and a lot of.
Okay, so this is the president-elect, and he's just called journalistic outlets that disagree with him enemy camps. That's the first time. That's the first time that'll happen. Let's see if it's the last. Let's see how long it takes for the second time he says that.
People don't like this. Sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fine. He's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
What a fucking dweeb. What a fucking dweeb. People voted for this dweeb. People voted for him. Like, you know what I mean? And then, like, obviously, you know, it could be, like, more ideological with it. It's like, oh, his thoughts disgust me. But in reality, like, I just think he's unlikable. Like, I just think he's unlikable. He's the kind of person that you cover your drink when you're talking to him at the club. Like, that's just, like, yo, look at this smarmy idiot. And then also, too, he's going to be the second. Donald Trump is old as hell. Donald Trump needed to win so he didn't go to jail, bro. So he didn't go to jail. And how much longer do you think he's going to be able to do all this? He's going to cling to power, but he's an old man. Then Vance is going to be in power, and like, I don't know, like, I'm really speechless, guys. Like, I didn't expect to not know what to say so much, but I didn't expect this outcome again. Like, I didn't expect it again. Like, you wouldn't think it would happen twice, but
Wow. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
that's 100% correct, by the way. That's 100% correct. If the Democrats had moved to punish Donald Trump for the crimes that he committed while he was in office, this outcome would have been impossible. But they didn't. I feel like out of all the, oh, well, they should have done this, they should have done that, they should have done this, I feel like that's the only thing that we can all agree on. Okay? So if Donald Trump was held to the rule of law, then this would have been impossible. I mean, maybe running a different candidate would have worked. Maybe keeping Biden in office, maybe that could have worked. Maybe, running another primary, maybe that could have worked. But we know for a fact that if we locked Donald Trump up, that this wouldn't have happened, and they didn't.
And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Are they still talking about the economy? It's okay. You can just admit that the economy was just a ploy to make poor people scared, okay? You know what I mean? Like, the economy at large is not going to be boosted significantly, okay? It's just not. Or if it looks like it is in the beginning, it's going to be through the work of the Biden administration. And then it's going to peter off after 4 years. But after 4 years, it's not going to matter because all the people that dissent you are already going to have their hands tied. Like, maybe literally, maybe figuratively, but I don't know.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets.
Donald Trump could have ran with a ham sandwich as his VP. This outcome would have been identical. It would have been identical.
And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come.
So Donald Trump promised to have a mass deportation of immigrants in this country. I think, people that are just generally xenophobic or racist think, oh, we're going to get them out of here. But I feel like people aren't really comprehending what that would look like. And the thing is, too, is Trump attempted to do these things in the past, but there were political levers that were stopping him from going all out in the way that he truly wanted to, right? But now those people aren't going to be there, and the Senate is flipped in his favor. And if the House does fall to the Republican Party, then they're just going to be able to just walk through. They're going to be walked through. It'll be completely legal. They'll walk through. They'll change the laws if they have to. They'll walk through. Before they had to use loopholes and things, because there were people against it. But now it's like no. Now it's no. Now it's
Richmond
yo. She does not look happy. She does not look happy.
and speak, and he said earlier that we would hear from the vice president later today, and I'm saying later today because it's Wednesday. What else are you hearing from the campaign? What do we expect that to look like? Do we know more about what those plans are?
Those are all key questions that I'm asking people. Some of them are already asleep, so we might not get those answers till earlier today in terms of the details.
Yo, I really feel bad for the people that weren't tuned into this, went to sleep thinking Kamala had it in the bag, and then woke up to the notification on their phone that's like, yeah, it's over. Like, I do not envy those people. I don't envy myself. I don't envy Americans in general.
Details of when the vice president will speak, but we do expect her to speak today later at Howard University. And I want to just walk people through what the Harris campaign and really the people that are close to her have been like in the last few hours. They really did start off the night thinking 8 p.m., 9 p.m., sounding very optimistic, very confident. The vice president had been saying that she had the momentum. She was telling supporters in rally after rally that she believed she was going to win. And I was picking up on that cautious optimism. But right around 10 o'clock, 10:30, when it was clear that former President Trump was overperforming in places that were critical for him to win, including specifically in North Carolina and Georgia,
The fact that he took Georgia really surprised me too. I mean, Pennsylvania was like the death nail, but it's like Georgia is falling to him too. And then North Carolina, like I thought North Carolina might, I don't know, maybe I watched too many Mr. Beast videos, dog. Yo, but Mr. Beast probably voted for Trump, honestly. Yo, a lot of people did. I mean, a lot of people genuinely did.
I started to really sense a real shock and a real anxiety and a real worry from the Harris campaign and Harris aides. And that.
And, I don't know if Arizona will go to Trump. Not that it matters now, but I didn't think it was going to be this 50-50. I really don't. I mean, maybe we're just in a bubble. Maybe it is the silent majority. Like maybe these people's ideas are just more popular, honestly.
That really just got darker and darker in terms of sort of their mood. At Howard University, people started to really have blank stares. They started to not be celebrating and dancing as they had been at the beginning of the night. And then later,
yo, deflate it like a balloon. This loss is even more decisive than Hillary Clinton, because at least Hillary Clinton got the spiritual victory. At least she got the spiritual victory. At least she won the popular vote. At least more people wanted Hillary Clinton to be president. You know what I mean? The fact that it was almost 50-50 was concerning within of itself, but at least 51% of Americans weren't dumbasses. But now here we are where it's like at least the people that voted, like we're looking like 60-40 with the idiots here.
On as it became clear that Donald Trump was going to be even closer to 270, especially after he won Pennsylvania, I started getting text messages from Harris aides who started pivoting, not from talking about whether or not she could still pull this off, but talking about how they would deal with a second Trump presidency. One aide telling me that he believes that he's going to try everything to try to push back on these policies, but also try to figure out a way to love.
Even the fact that California, like if you look here at the bottom, even the fact that California is basically 60-40. I mean, it's only 54% in, but the fact that this is 60-40 is kind of incredible.
Of the people that he disagrees with. So it's really interesting. Of course, the vice president, he hasn't conceded. NBC hasn't called this race yet. But we are in this situation now where Harris aides and people close to her are definitely making the move toward how are we going to work with the Trump administration? How are we going to deal with these policies?
How are we going to work with the Trump administration? These are cataclysmic words. There is no working with the Trump administration. They're just going to walk through. They're just going to walk through. They're just going to walk through. There's no thing to stop them. What do you mean how we're going to work with them? How are they going to work with us? Like how are they going to deal with us is a better question.
Unless she wins the presidency, she's not going to be in elected office anymore in a couple of months. But her aide.
See, now here's the thing. I feel like the only thing that I can foresee being expedient for the Democratic Party to do is for them to expedite the fucking charges against Trump. Like it's like, okay, you're going to trial right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're litigating this right now. You can't push this off. They need to pass legislation that but the Republicans the Democrats have a slim lead now and they're about to lose big. So like the Republicans aren't going to help anything. There's nothing they can do. And we gave her, and it's like we gave Biden the Senate, but it still wasn't enough.
Of the country, and they wanted a change.
That's undeniable. I mean, oh my God. But it's like, don't they understand the kind of change that Donald Trump represents? They don't comprehend it. You know what I mean? Just because they're stupid, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
They wanted something different, and Trump was that something different.
Trump, who was nearly cast aside by his own party following the January 6th Capitol riot,
which he will completely get away with, by the way, and he's promised to let these people free. That imagine a terrorist cell in the United States that's loyal to a single person, the president of the United States, that he will free on the general population. Do you think they got less radicalized in jail? And if they were, do you think that this won't embolden them? Do you not think that they won't commit more crimes in the name of Donald Trump? Do you not think that? Of course they will.
The first felon to become president-elect.
Guilty on all 34 felony counts.
What we saw in the last 4 years is probably the groundwork and execution of the greatest political comeback in American history.
It is, and you can't take that away from him. Like when someone wins, they won, and he won. You know, he had everything going against him. Everything, every single thing, his own cognitive mental state, and he still pulled it off.
Here are the moments that define Trump's return to the White House.
America's comeback starts right now.
I remember being at Trump's third campaign announcement. There were virtually no sitting Republicans attending. His own children declined to attend.
He was really down and out. Like, no one thought he could do it. And also, too, the writing was on the wall that he was losing his mind, that he's just becoming increasingly unhinged, that he's just... bleh.
Trump was indicted 4 times after leaving office. Prosecutors accused the president of trying to overturn the 2020 election, knowingly holding on to classified documents, and paying off a porn star to benefit his campaign.
Just 15 years ago, this would have been completely disqualifying. Just associating with porn stars in general would be legitimately disqualifying. But it all just sounds so banal now. It's like, what's the point of even bringing that up? Like, we've been over it. We've been over all of this. We've been over it.
Virtually all of his competitors in the Republican primary defended him.
They have weaponized and put politics in the Department of Justice.
It was really a very odd thing, you know. If you're a political candidate and you're criminally indicted, most people would say that's not a good thing for your campaign. But because almost none of his political opponents wanted to capitalize on that fact, each indictment became more and more strengthening to Trump's candidacy.
Trump's campaign capitalized on his legal woes as a fundraising opportunity.
Imagine a criminal raising money to become president with pictures of his mugshot. Like, this is like the kind of stuff Republicans used to make up about Democrats, and now they're using it. This is the power of amorality. Like, if you have no moral compass, then you're willing to do whatever it takes to win, and the people that win are the ones that do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? It's like the kid gloves are off. Like, you know, it's hard to win fair and square. And look, I'm not saying that there was anything fishy with the election, but he lied plenty of times on the election trail, and more than has ever been precedented before, you know, about such fundamental facts of reality, you know.
Blasting emails that accused the Department of Justice of election interference. In late May, when Trump was convicted in New York State court of 34 counts of falsifying records to cover up hush money payments, his campaign raked in a record $34.8 million in small dollar donations.
he had this residual goodwill with the vast majority of Republican voters. Many of them believed his false claim that the election was stolen, so they saw him as a sort of incumbent.
On the campaign.
Yeah, that's another good point. I would say that Donald Trump was the incumbent and Kamala Harris wasn't. Kamala Harris wasn't the incumbent. Even though she's in office right now, no one voted for her. You know what I mean? And I guess I did work against her. But did it though? I mean, was this even stoppable? Like, who could we have put up? Like, who could we have put up? Like, I don't know. Who could we have put up? Like, who would have been better? Like, Bernie Sanders, maybe. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. I don't know if the movement for him is as powerful.
Campaign trail, Trump ramped up his incendiary rhetoric.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. They're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. We don't need another low IQ person.
He has never been interested in calls from even many Republicans to tone it down or to speak in more moderate terms.
I feel like that's the key to his success, is that he's not trying to get the people that don't like him. He's just straight up not trying to get them. He's just trying to capitalize on the people that do. And again, I would say those people are less popular. Their ideas are less popular, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe the majority of people are this vindictive against immigrants, minorities, and poor people. Like, maybe the majority of people just hate them. But then again, it's like, obviously, like that's why they're minority groups. You know what I mean? That's why they're unsafe groups, because we know kind of on an instinctual level that there's a lot of hate out there for them, you know? And the hate won today. The hate won.